the fact remains that 3.5 million people in Canada still smoke cigarettes. So if that's your attitude, then basically telling people you're out of luck, we'll wait till you die off, and then we'll start counting again. So it's, to me, when we have a safer product that could really help those 3.5 million people, it's pretty unethical not to try and offer them an alternative.
Now, is this just a Canadian thing in terms of the aversion to vaping, or is it elsewhere?
Oh, no. I mean, I think, the US still is kind of what people look towards, and they've been very antagonistic to alternative nicotine. Certainly the WHO has set the stage globally, and when I was writing the book, as I told you before, I lived in Bali for 2 years, and it's kind of one of the meccas of cigarette smoking. It's kind of like you've been transported back in the 1960s in Canada. So 70% plus of men in Bali smoke, and there's really seems to be no restrictions, and really even no acknowledgement that it's a bad thing. It's so entrenched in their society. So So I think, globally, I think a lot of countries are not acknowledging the safety of these alternative products, and there's a whole series of countries that have actually banned it. So it's it's pretty. It's such a missed opportunity, and it's probably the one intervention that you could do that would have the most impact on global health, and somehow major institutions are not looking at it that way.
What would you say is the main goal for a reader that you're hoping to have?
I mean, I tried to make the book quite accessible. It's not sort of a scientific book, although I try and back up my statements with references when they're available. But there's several audiences. Primarily, I think I want to make sure that people who smoke cigarettes understand the benefits of vaping, and even people who have transitioned, I think in the back of their mind, always wondering, well, should I have done this, or is it really safer? And so there's just so much misinformation, even among smokers who now vape, that I think the book will give them some reassurance that they've made a really good decision. For people on the fence and not sure, I hope reading the book they will understand that vaping is much safer for them and a really good alternative that they should do. I think most people know somebody who smokes, so hopefully they can spread the news to that person. I think for parents who are really concerned with youth vaping, hopefully it adds a little bit of reality or to what they've been told. And finally, for policymakers and my colleagues who are responsible for making policies, and the medical professionals really need to get out in front of this and try and help people quit smoking. So it's a whole, so I've tried to make it accessible to all those groups, but basically I think the main target would be people who are thinking about quitting smoking through vaping, and hopefully this gives them some reassurance that that's what they should do.
Now, it didn't take you long to get into it. Like early on in the book, you attack some of the myths and misconceptions immediately.